Hi everyone, my name is Alfrink. I'm a PhD candidate at Delft University of Technology, and I'm here today to present work conducted by Ianus Keller, Neelke Doorn, Gerd Kortuem, and myself. The title of the paper is Contestable Camera Cars, a speculative design exploration of public AI that is open and responsive to dispute. Cities use human-controlled vehicles equipped with image sensors for purposes of urban sensing. For example, for parking enforcement to reduce costs. Additional applications are being considered, for example, detecting site-placed garbage to direct pickup services. Camera cars are an example of what we call public AI, the use of feedback-adjusted data analysis and processing to augment, support, or automate policy execution in the public sector. Potential and actual benefits aside, such systems can and do undermine democratic rule of law and infringe on fundamental human rights to dignity and self-determination. In response to such harms, some, including ourselves, have argued for making AI contestable, which we define as systems that are open and responsive to dispute throughout their life cycle, establishing a dialectical relationship between decision subjects and system operators. However, current literature lacks examples and guidance to go along with the frameworks it proposes. Our questions are therefore, what are the characteristics of a contestable public AI system, and what are the challenges facing the implementation of contestability in public AI? We use speculative design to create a concept video of a near-future contestable camera car. The concept design applies the Contestable AI by Design framework as a generative tool. Using the video as a prompt, we then conduct semi-structured interviews with 17 civil servants employed by the City of Amsterdam who work with AI. Finally, we use reflexive thematic analysis to construct from the interview transcripts 3 themes that capture the challenges facing the implementation of contestability in public AI. The speculative design concept video argues for contestability from a risk mitigation and quality assurance perspective. It uses detection of site-placed garbage for the purposes of directing pickup services as a running example. First, it shows several hazards related to camera car use: the chilling effect, false positives, and model drift. Then, it shows how citizens use contestability mechanisms to petition the city for system changes. These mechanisms are explanations, channels for appeal, an arena for adversarial debate, and an obligation to decide on a response. Finally, the video shows how the city improves the system in response to citizen contestations. The improvements include data minimization measures, human review, and a feedback loop back to model training. The example application of a camera car, the identified risks, and resulting improvements are all used as provocative examples, not as a prescribed solution. Together, they show how contestability leverages conflict for continuous system improvement. From civil servant responses to the concept video, we constructed 3 themes. Theme 1, enabling citizen participation. Citizens need skills and knowledge to contest public AI on an equal footing. Channels must be established for citizens to engage city representatives in a dialogue about public AI system outcomes. The feedback loop from citizens back to system development teams must be closed, and the city must protect against reporting inequality and the limitations of direct citizen participation in AI system development. Theme 2, ensuring democratic embedding. Public AI systems embed in various levels of laws and regulations. An adequate response to contestation may require policy change before technology alterations. Oversight by City Council members must be expanded to include scrutiny of AI use by the executive. And alternative non-legal dispute resolution approaches that integrate tightly with technical systems should be developed to complement existing complaint, objection, and appeal procedures. Theme 3, building capacity for responsibility. City organizations' fragmented and bureaucratic nature fights against adequately responding to citizen signals. More mechanisms for accountability are needed, including logging system actions and monitoring model performance. Civil servants need more knowledge and understanding of AI to engage with citizens adequately. New roles that translate policy into technology must be created, and more multidisciplinary teams are needed. Contracts and agreements with external development parties must include responsible AI requirements and provisions for adjusting course mid-project. And contestability requires time and money investments across its various enabling components. We can assemble 5 contestability loops from civil servants' accounts. This 5-loop model's backbone is the primary loop where citizens elect a city council and indirectly its executive board. Systems developers translate the resulting policy into algorithms, data and models. Other policy is translated into guidance to be executed by humans directly. The resulting software, along with street-level bureaucrats and policy, form the public AI systems whose decisions impact citizens. Our model highlights 2 aspects that are particular to the public sector context. First of all, the indirect representative forms of citizen control at the heart of the primary policy software decisions loop. And second, the second-order loops that monitor for systemic flaws which require addressing on the level of systems development or policy making upstream. These 5 loops highlight specific intervention points in public AI systems. They indirectly indicate what forms of contestation could exist and between whom. To be fully contestable, we suggest that public AI systems implement all 5 loops. Better integration with the primary loop and the implementation of second-order monitoring loops deserve particular attention. Building on these findings and looking ahead, we see several directions for future research. Additional efforts to translate generic contestable AI guidance to specific contexts beyond the public sector. Shifting focus from first-order loops to second-order loops and participation in later stages of development. Putting participatory policy-making research from fields such as political science in conversation with participatory design in human-centered AI research, and creating more practical design knowledge in the form of evocative examples similar to our concept video. These can be evaluated for efficacy, usability and desirability by HCAI design research. To conclude, traditional policy execution is subject to scrutiny from elected representatives, checks from the judiciary and other external oversight bodies, and direct civic participation. The shift to AI-enacted public policy has undermined and weakened these various forms of democratic control. Our findings suggest that contestability in the context of public AI does not mean merely allowing citizens to have more influence over systems' algorithms, models, and datasets. Contestable public AI demands interventions in how executive power uses technology to enact policy. Thank you very much. For more details, please refer to our paper. Thanks again.